Hi, I'm Jason Walcott and this is Walcott Fine Art. In this second of my video series on how to paint different metals, today we're going to do one of my favorites, and that's silver. Genuine silver has a unique luster to it that no other metal has, and it can be a joy to paint. So, let's go! Hello and welcome back everyone. As I said in the intro, today I'm going to do this quick demo on how to paint silver. And so the colors that I'm going to be using today are titanium white, yellow ochre, quinacridone magenta. You could also use alizarin crimson if you have that. Either transparent oxide brown or burnt umber here, whatever you've got. Phthalo blue and black. Again, I'm using chromatic black, but you could use ivory black if that's what you have. So, okay, and I'm going to be painting a demo of this little sugar bowl, which I'll put up an image of right here. And I took the liberty of already going ahead and doing a quick sketch on my toned surface here. So let's get started. And as I said in the demonstration I did for gold, a great way to paint metal is to start with the highlights. So let's start with a little white and just a tiny littlest touch of yellow ochre. And that will give us our highlight for silver. Could even be maybe just a little lighter there. Okay. So once we have that mixed up, I'm going to put that in first with your brush where you see the highlight. And the thing to remember about silver is while it's basically a gray or colorless metal, it actually has a slightly violet color to it. So, you know, painting with, remembering, keeping that in mind that it's slightly violety will help you get the right tone for capturing that unique look that silver has. So we're going to take some white and some black and make kind of a grayish color there with the white and black, and then into that we're going to add a little bit of the quinacridone magenta to give it a slightly violety hue. You want to get added a little too much violet there, so if you get too much violet, just add some more black to counteract that, and then you can go in with some more white and lighten it up if you need to. So that looks pretty good there. So we're gonna just start laying that in as your main silver color. In these basic areas. And the other thing to remember with silver is because it is such a shiny, you know, and basically gray metal, violet gray metal, it's gonna pick up a lot of the colors that are around it and reflect those. So you can blend the highlight in there, and then to make that color darker, you're gonna go in with some more black, a tiny bit of the burnt umber to warm it up. That'll give you some of your darker silver tones you see in there. But keeping in mind that those dark areas are going to be fairly hard edged, so you can see like underneath the lip here you've got some dark reflecting in there. And as you get to the shadow side, you can add some more of the burnt umber to warm the color up a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's better. So just keep darkening it up with some black and burnt umber. And it'll give you your shadow tones there. That's good. So just keep in mind when you're painting silver to keep an eye on the colors in the environment around you as well as these basic colors that I'm giving you, because those will help you figure out what colors you're seeing in your silver. I'm trying to make this demonstration quick so it's not too long, because the same principles for painting metal that I showed you in the gold video will apply here. You're just using different colors. Can always go back in and go back in a little bit and strengthen up your highlight if you need to. Add some highlight areas on the handles here. It reflects. And then your darkest dark reflections are going to be just pretty much, you can go in with some plain burnt umber and put those in. And then silver also usually has some like in the reflected light area, it's got some little bit of a bluish, you know, that so you can mix some more gray. This could be a little bit lighter, and then you could add just a touch of, just a tiny touch of phthalo blue, because it's really strong, so you don't want to get too much in there. Just a little bit. We'll give you some nice light areas over here. So the main thing to remember, like I said with silver, is getting those reflections in, because if you get those in correctly, That'll go a long way toward making it look like you're painting a reflective object that is, reflecting the colors in the environment around it. And that's the key to making it work. So it looks like it gets a little warmer up in this area here. Add some yellow ochre in here. So because silver has a violety tone to it, its complement is going to be yellow. So some of the darker areas is where you can put in the brown, the burnt umber, and the yellow ochre, because that'll complement that violet color. And in the highlight as well. So, okay. So that's a basic recipe for painting silver. Your main color is going to be that violety gray, which is black, white, and alizarin crimson, or quinacridone magenta. And then to make that color darker, you add in more black and some burnt umber or transparent oxide brown. And then your highlight is going to be the white and the yellow ochre. And then the other thing to remember too is if you've got anything sitting around the silver, it's going to reflect those colors. So let's say there was a red apple sitting here, it's hypothetically, then you would want to go in with some color like in here, let's say, to say it was reflecting like that hypothetical apple that was sitting right there. You would see that color reflected in the surface of the silver. So the thing to keep in mind is that silver has that violety tone to it, and to watch and see, what colors are around it and what colors are being reflected in the surface, and that should help you capture that metallic reflective look that silver has. So I hope that you found this demonstration helpful, and I will see you next time. Take care. Thanks so much for watching. Go ahead and click on that subscribe button so you won't miss the next video. And why not spread the joy? Be sure to share my videos on your favorite social media. Don't forget to head on over to my website, walcottfineart.com, where you can see my art, read my blog, or when you join my newsletter list, you can win free art. Every month, I'll choose a lucky winner from my email list, and that person will receive a mini original oil painting. There's a chance to win every month, so be sure to sign up today so you don't miss out. Plus, you'll get my fun newsletter. See you next time.